Okay, so we've got 3 problems for you guys to solve. Hopefully you've already done those and you're just checking your work here. First one, we've got x equals 2y plus 8 over 4. So we are going to multiply both sides of this equation by 4. Again, getting rid of that common denominator here on the right hand side. So we're going to get 4x equals 2y plus 8. We're then going to move that 8 and we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. So we're going to have 4x minus 8 equals 2y. And then we're going to divide both sides by that 2, getting that y by itself. Now this is one we haven't really talked about in our examples, but notice that the 4 is divisible by 2. So is the 8, so we would need to reduce this down. I'm also going to go ahead and switch it over. These 2's are going to go away, and y is going to equal 2x minus 4. And this would be our answer for the first one here. So on our second example, we have, for number 2, x equals negative 5 over negative 2y plus 4. Again, getting rid of that fraction first. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 2y plus 4. Again, on both sides of this equation, negative 2y plus 4. Over on our left, those negative 2y plus 4's are going to cancel. And on our right, we're going to distribute or multiply through by that x. Remember, when you're doing the multiplication through with the x, make sure that you do multiply that to both of those terms. It's so easy sometimes to multiply it to the 2y, but forget about the 4. So now we're going to move that 4x. So again, it's plus, so we're going to subtract the 4x. So we get negative 2yx equals negative 5 minus 4x. And then the last thing we're going to do here is divide by negative 2x, since that's what we want to get away from the y, and they are both multiplied by y. So again, the negative 2 and the x are going to cancel each other out. So we're going to get y equals, and one thing I would do, because I'm not a real big fan of all of these negatives, is since every single one of these guys is a negative value, you can basically divide out a negative, which in turn just changes everybody to positive. So this would end up being 5 plus 4x over 2x. Now if you didn't do that and you left it like this with all the negatives, that's perfectly fine, but sometimes all the negatives can be a little confusing, especially if you have to substitute something in. It's a little easier to do that when you have all those nice pretty positive numbers. Okay, so let's look at the third one that you were given to try on your own. We've got x equals y minus, or negative y plus 3 over y plus 2. So again, starting off by multiplying both sides by y plus 2. Y plus 2's on our right are going to cancel. Again, we're going to distribute that x onto our left-hand side. So we're going to have xy plus 2x equals negative y plus 3. Again, what we want to do is make sure we're moving things to the appropriate side. That means that this negative y needs to go to the other side, so we're going to add y to both sides. So we're going to get xy plus y plus 2x equals a positive 3. Again, we want to get this 2x over to the other side since he does not have a y, so we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. So now we have xy plus y equals 3 minus 2x. And again, notice that we have y's in both of these terms, so we are going to factor out or take out a y. So we're going to put that y out front. Again, if we get rid of this y, we would have left x plus, and remember, sitting in front of that y is the number 1, so if we get rid of that y, we still have a 1 left, and that's equal to 3 minus 2x. And again, the last thing we would want to do is divide by whatever sat in that parentheses, so in this case x plus 1. The x plus 1's are going to cancel each other out. So we're going to get y equals 3 minus 2x over x plus 1. And this would be our answer for that last year turn.